I'm a total mess today.
You don't look a total mess.
I mean, inside
Oh, inside, yeah.
and outside.
You don't look outside. But maybe inside, I can't see that.
Inside, it's such a mess. It's like so. It's like my pain body is so strong today,
Yeah,
and I'm just crying, and I'm feeling so sad about everything.
yeah. We can go into it a little bit and feel free to have a
Yeah.
good old cry if you feel like it.
I would love to, see through this because it's my ego is so strong, and I feel so sorry for myself, and I feel so alone.
Yeah. And what's the particular suffering around? Do you have particular stories that are going with it?
Yeah, yeah, it's Christmas time,
Yeah.
and I don't have a family.
And you don't have what, sorry?
A family.
Oh, you don't have a family. Yeah. Yeah. And can you feel where you feel that in your body?
Yeah,
Whereabouts in the body do you feel it?
in my heart.
In your heart. And the thing is what's so confusing, but because it feels so real that your suffering is that you don't have family and that you don't have people around you. And we can't deny that on the relative level, in the human experience, that's what you feel. But actually, deep down, if you went right to the source of that emotion, what you actually feel is you feel God's have abandoned you. You feel totally alone as somebody in this world that's in relationship with this world. It's not actually the surface level that's presenting itself of you don't have a family, because if that emotion wasn't there, then there would be no problem. And not all the time is this a problem. It comes in waves and goes in waves. And then when it comes up, you feel alone, but that's just how it's manifesting in the dream. And that's incredibly painful to feel like other people have all got families and other people have all got intimate relationships and that you're alone and that you've got no one. But if you can dare to go even deeper into that, what you actually feel is you feel afraid of being alive and you feel like you've been kicked out of heaven or Eden. You've been kicked out by God. But at the same time, you have to deal with both levels, because you have to deal with the feelings that you feel in the relative world and then taking it down to the absolute, because it always comes down to two strong emotions that we feel when identification happens at a very young age, is abandonment and this sense of fear of being alive. And what most people do, they use their family, they use their friends in order to not feel that. They don't actually enjoy their friends and their family for what they are. They use them as a band-aid to cover up their fear of being alone. And so a lot of people never even really touch in that horror that you feel, that terror. You feel terrified of being alone. But it's really beautiful that it's able to come up there. Even though your mind's telling you it's because you don't have something and everyone else does, it's totally not true. And what sort of thought patterns come up during the day?
Uh,
Or what sort of thoughts do you get really stuck in?
I feel sorry for myself being alone.
Yeah.
Things are wrong.
And can you sense at all that that's not true? That
Yeah,
it's not true that you're alone, and it's not true that there's something wrong with you or that you have something less than others.
yeah,
You can sense that.
yeah, yeah.
So
Now I can.
this is really what's happening in you. Is there's an awakening happening, and there's a letting go of those ideas. As soon as it
Yeah.
becomes clear that your suffering and what it says aren't true, then it's beginning to transform already. But this is one of the most painful things I think there is, that sense of loneliness. That absolute terror of being in relationship with this alone. So just let it come. And you can just, when it's really strong, you can just carry on putting your attention into that sensation in your body, so into your heart area. And if you can, when it becomes less suffering, seeing that that one that puts its attention into the heart area is actually an experience and not the experiencer. And the experiencer has never been affected by this story of being alone or with company. That which is prior to that one that's putting the attention onto the feeling and trying to heal the feeling has never been affected by anything. It's never been alone or in company. It's never felt lost or found. It simply is experiencing itself, and it's empty of anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't, on the personal level, ignore that feeling when it comes up or push it away. But it's kind of like a juggling of recognizing the two, recognizing the illusion, and then also hearing the non-duality. So we can just sit with that for a moment. And the mind will get busy again, the thoughts will get busy again. And as that separate person, just keep moving it down to the sensations in the body. And right here in the center of all things is love. Is right here where everything's happening. Your nature is love.
Mm.
And this is it. This is the company that you've been looking for. We believe we need others to love or others to love us in order to get that love, but it's actually here all the time, but we're just always looking in time for it. And if you can, as that separate person, you can try to rest your attention here, although the separate person can only be in time. You can just see if it can just rest here, and in that it might begin to dissolve momentarily. And if the emotions are strong or the thoughts are strong, then just go back to resting in the strong thoughts or emotions. I feel to move on now, Kieran, unless there's anything else you'd like to say.
Oh, I'm so grateful. It's so nice to have this mix of my ego that is not really present anymore, and the pain is not really. But thank you so much for bringing this love into myself.
Oh, with pleasure. With pleasure. It was a
I'm
lovely conversation.
so grateful. I'm gonna sit with it.
Yeah, nice. Thanks,
Yeah,
Susie.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.